Okay, so I'm about to run out of battery on my GoPro, so I wanted to document my second flight with the Kraken on V8. In theory, right now, the way that I fly each of my helicopters in sequence, so it would be the 570's turn right now. But I wanted to keep documenting V8. Now, one thing that I noticed that has increased my level of anxiety is that there's no happy face, meaning that rescue is not enabled yet on this helicopter. I did buy this unit with Pro Rescue, so I maybe just need to install the rescue app or do something else to enable it. I haven't figured it out, on V8. So I was gonna try to keep on doing some other things, but I think that I'm just gonna do basic tuning right now. Okay, so let's go before we run out of battery.
Motor on.
TikToks are fine from the get-go. I like that. I didn't have to do anything to tweak those TikToks. That's perfect. I like that. Let's see if I can try some aileron TikToks, see how they behave. Let's try to do them. Yeah, fine. They feel fine. I'm nervous, but they feel fine. Let's see. I feel like I'm behind. Like I need a little bit more direct. And I know, on the podcast, Steve talked about these parameters, about these two parameters, how they behaved, and the test that he did. But I'm a little bit stubborn. These two, stick direct and control response parameters are the ones that I tweaked from what's on the defaults. Now, the only thing that I noticed also on these defaults that I fully didn't like was that on the Neo, my 3 banks were the same setup. But on this one, by default, all 3 banks have different setups. So I cannot go back and remember which were the ones. Now, I know that this one has a reset flight values option to reset everything back to stock, which is a nice feature, which in theory means that I shouldn't need to remember the value that I had there before. But I don't want to change. I mean, that is kind of like the reset button, the emergency reset button. So I don't remember what I changed. I think I changed the stick direct. Let me see. Let me go. Stick direct. No, control response. It says response characteristic to stick input signal start with approximately 30 to 35 points. But the default was... so let's... hard, soft, extreme 3D. Okay, so that's what it says here. I had 60, so let's put it on 70. Let's increase it a little bit because actually I think that I am behind on the, and maybe 70 was the default. And maybe I need to increase it to 80, but I don't remember now. When I'm doing the funnels, it feels like I'm behind, like I'm pushing less stick than I should, which is screwing up the maneuver. So, so modifying that value. Now, without rescue, I fear, not being able to recover from that gets me very nervous. Yeah, this kind of feels slower, but in theory, should be faster, I think. I don't know, it's weird. It's weird to really capture the feeling. Let's see. Yeah, I'm still behind. But I remember Steve, he said one of the two parameters does basically nothing to him, and another one made a big difference. And now I can't remember which one is which, of course, because I'm bad at that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep increasing this control response now to 80. And 60, what does it say? It doesn't say anything. No, it doesn't really say anything. The control response does say, you know, hard, soft, hard, and extreme 3D as you increase in the value. So let's see, I increased my control response to 80. Let's see. Motor on. And I'm very nervous, it's very hot, and I'm sweating. I don't want my thumbs to slip. Especially because they probably sweat more since I'm a little bit anxious. And there's practically no wind. Let's see. I don't know if there's a change. I think there's no change. I think this is the value that Steve was referring to, that, you know, he moved from 0 to 100 and it didn't make anything for him. Maybe this is the value that I shouldn't be playing with, because it doesn't do anything to me, at least. Yeah, I'm still behind. Yeah, it's not doing anything for me, that value. Because I'm still behind. Or maybe expo works differently here. Maybe what I need is to decrease expo. Because that kind of feels like I have a little bit too much expo, but, you know, I usually use 30. In here I have 30 stock. Let's reduce it down to 20. And I guess I'm gonna have to leave this control response value where it's at. It's not doing anything anyways. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. And I reduced expo a little bit. Let's see. Motor on. First, let's see how TikToks feel. Okay, so I ran out of battery, so you won't be able to see this. Unfortunately, yeah, my GoPro battery died. So by now you're not seeing any video. So I guess that's it. I'm gonna finish that flight, but thank you very much for watching, and I'll try to charge better next time. See you later.